This is one-on-one session with the ForumIAS founder and director 𝐂𝐨𝐮𝐬. In this session, students are asked questions to test their preparedness for the personality test. One-on-one sessions are not mock panel sessions.
So, may I come in?
Please come in.
Good afternoon, sir.
Have a seat.
Thank you, sir.
Your name is Wardah Khan.
Yes, sir.
Right. Am I pronouncing your name correctly?
Yes, sir.
When is the date of interview?
So, 18th January.
18th of January.
Yes, sir.
All right. So you're 6 days away.
Yes, sir.
Right. So let us just have a conversation. Wardah, were you in any forum program before?
Yes, sir. I took the means guidance program.
MGP.
Yes, sir.
थोड़ा सा solutions वगैरह पढ़ पाए थे? Were you able to read the solution and all?
Yes, sir. The model answers I used to read for those questions that I couldn't answer on my own.
Okay. Any problems, major problems you faced?
Not really, sir.
Okay. So how comfortable are you with the interview date?
So, I think I'm fine. It's just another day where I have to perform.
All right, very good. So, Wardah, introduce yourself.
Yes, sir. My name is Wardah Khan. I was born and brought up in Prayagraj, Uttar Pradesh, from where I completed my school education. Thereafter, I pursued a bachelor in commerce from the University of Delhi. I also worked at KPMG as a global audit associate for 8 months. I am a cheerful person and I like to interact with people.
All right. So, you worked with KPMG.
Yes, sir.
Okay. What does KPMG word stand for? How did the name come?
So, KPMG are the initials of the founders of the firm, Clenfield, Pete, Maverick and Godello.
All right. So, it is an American company? Is it a European company?
So, the ethnicities of the founders also differed. Like some of them were Americans, some were Europeans, like some were Irish also.
Where is this company founded originally?
So, I'm not particularly aware.
Okay. How long did you work?
So, 8 months.
8 months. Then why did you leave? You had such a good job. Why did you leave?
So, I believe that through that work, I was not really able to create a difference or an impact in society. I wasn't directly in touch with the people who might be needing my services. So, it did not provide a sense of purpose to me in life. And also, the nature of work was quite monotonous. The diversity in terms of challenges that I was looking forward to wasn't present in that job.
All right. So, in civil service, if you get monotonous work, will you leave civil service also?
No, sir. I believe administration in itself has a lot of diversity to offer.
But what about the other allied services?
Yes, sir. Even allied services, because there is a touch with the people, albeit on a limited scale. But after all, we are creating an impact in the lives of our citizens and we are creating a difference in the economic, political, social landscape of the country. So it provides a sense of purpose, sir.
You interned as a copywriter at
Yes,
a feminine hygiene brand. Which brand did you work for?
So the brand name was Sanfe. It is an IIT incubated startup dealing in menstrual hygiene products, sir.
What is the name of the brand?
So Sanfe.
Sanfe.
Yes, sir.
All right. Okay. So you did copywriting for them. You also like to read non-fiction. What are some of the books you have read, Wardah?
So the last book that I read was P. Sainath's The Last Heroes. It is about the foot soldiers of India's freedom struggle.
All right. So what lesson did you learn or what particular fact of history were you able to bring out from that?
Yes, sir. So the most crucial learning that I gained from that book is that you do not need to have a much larger platform or a big designation in order to create an impact in society. In little ways also, people can revolt against the injustices and improve the lives of those around them.
So if that is the lesson, then why prepare for civil services?
Yes, sir. Sir, because I believe it would allow me to work towards that effect and also...
No, but you said the learning
Yes,
from the book was that you do not need a big platform, you do not need a big designation if you want to have an impact.
Yes, sir.
The book was about foot soldiers of history,
Yes, sir.
right? Who did not create history, who did not create history for themselves. If that is the case, then what is your case for preparing for civil services? Because if you want to have purpose, if you want to impact the lives of people, then you don't need a platform. That's what the book teaches. Then how do you reconcile these two?
So even if we take the case of bureaucrats, if we were to ask the normal citizens that what kind of change a bureaucrat has made in your life, they would hardly the layman would hardly be able to name a few. So bureaucrats also largely work behind the curtains. They work on the principle of anonymity, and they are at the helm of policy making, but the political executive is the face of that policy, sir.
You write articles on contemporary issues.
Yes, sir.
All right. So there are two conflicts going on in the world right now. Can you name them?
So the Russia-Ukraine conflict and the Israel-Palestine.
Tell me two common things about the two conflicts and two differences between the two conflicts. Think and tell me the answer.
Okay, sir. So in terms of similarities, I would say that around ethnicity, the one of the major friction points in both of these conflicts has been the ethnicity of the people involved. For instance, those who resided in the Donetsk-Luhansk region of eastern Ukraine identified themselves more with the Russian culture that led to separatist tendencies, one of the flickering points for the outbreak of the tension. And even in respect of Israel-Palestine, there are ethnic differences as well as religious differences between both the residents of both the countries. So the second similarity would be a lot of other countries are also indirectly involved. So it can be to a certain extent regarded as a proxy conflict, whereby the Western powers are taking sides and the other countries are also aligning behind one of the combatants. So with respect to the differences, I would say that in terms of the timeline, the Israel-Palestine issue dates back to the medieval ages. And the Russia-Ukraine conflict is largely a recent one because of the recent controversies. And so second would be the scale of the geopolitical impact. The entire West Asia, although it is known to be a theater of conflict and unrest, but the Israel-Palestine has further flared up tensions in the wider region, which is not really the case in case of Eurasia due to Russia-Ukraine conflict.
Wardah, so you are from Prayagraj in Uttar Pradesh.
Yes.
So the city's name was changed. What was the earlier name?
Allahabad.
So what is your opinion in this is always already happening in UP? What is this change of names? What is your opinion on this?
Yes, sir. So the spree on which the government has started the changing of names, there are distinctive reasons for each of the cities that are being renamed, either geographical or historical. For instance, in case of Allahabad, it was the anglicized version of Allahabad, the name given to the place by King Akbar. But if we look at the geography of the place, it is the meeting point or the confluence of the two rivers, Ganga, Yamuna, which is why Prayag is the most correct connotation. And in reference to Banaras being now called as Varanasi, it also symbolizes the two rivers that cross through it. The Varna river that flows in the northern part and the Asi, which has now been reduced to a small stream. So every city or place that is being renamed has its own historical geographical reason for being renamed, sir.
Okay. But if you were made a district collector, what would be your priorities?
Yes, sir. So the first and foremost priority, I believe, is because India is having a window of demographic dividend right now. We are having a youth bulge. So it would be prudent for us to educate and upskill them. So I would ensure that the literacy rate of the district is maintained and that the upskilling initiatives are provided to the youth. So second would be regarding the law and order. Especially the crimes against women that are being perpetrated, my efforts would be to reduce the same and create awareness to bring about an ideological change as well. So the third intervention would be in the health sector, where I would ensure that every child is immunized, the malnutrition and the stunting wasting rates are at the lowest, so that the district is healthy.
Your sociology is an optional?
Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite sociologist?
So Max Weber.
Max Weber. What do you think is his biggest contribution?
Yes, sir. So his biggest contribution is also the one we are striving towards, the theory of bureaucracy. wherein he stated that as an institution, it would be very necessary in a highly differentiated world because of the multi-dimensional perspective that it provides in decision making. So that is the biggest contribution I believe he did.
All right, what does your name mean?
So it means red rose in Arabic.
It means red rose, Arabic. Wonderful. All right. One last question, Vardha. So, what has happened is that there has been a girl child has been molested and murdered in a small village. And what has happened is that the people of the village have jammed that road. They have stopped all vehicles, and on this road there is a hospital. So therefore, certain situations have happened, and these protesters, they are carrying the dead body of the child, and they are protesting. Now, different people are troubled because of this jam that has been roadblock that has been created. There are young passengers, young people traveling in their own cars, and there are young children in them. So they have not been fed, and they need to be continuously fed, right? Young children. So mothers and children are there in the vehicles, and it's extremely hot season. And the sun is out there, and therefore they're trapped for hours. Then there are buses with passengers without an air conditioner, so it's getting hot every minute. Then there are ambulances which are also stuck, carrying critical patients to the hospital. How will you resolve this issue? What will be your steps or priorities? Think and tell me the answer.
So, first, I would like to know that why they have jammed the path to the hospital, and if they are protesting that the girl of their community has not been provided justice, then I would first go to the root cause of their grievance, which could either be the perpetrator is a powerful person and there is a sense of impunity, which is why FIR might have not been registered. So first, I would make sure that the FIR against the heinous crime is registered and a preliminary investigation is started. So second, I would also talk to the elders of the community, the locally resourceful people who are normally listened to in such circumstances and who have a hold on the local pulse. The civil society and NGOs can also be included, particularly working in the field of women's safety, to create a buffer. For first of all, I would apprise them of the situation.
All right, Vardha, your interview is over.
Yes.
I'm satisfied.
Thank you, sir.
First, with respect to the answers that you've given, you're speaking quite fine. All right, so I'm satisfied with everything. In my opinion, you should do well. All right.